If you're like most parents we see, you've probably tried everything. Behavior modification, occupational therapy, diet changes, calming techniques, and those are really, really good, but your child continues to struggle. We see countless families who are exhausted from dealing with constant tantrums, sensory meltdowns, and behavioral challenges that seem to come out of absolutely nowhere. Even when their child could not only wear certain clothes, had extreme reactions to everyday sounds, or felt anxiety so intense that simple activities felt nearly impossible. They were still left wondering, what are we missing? So let's be clear, it's not your child's fault and it's not yours either. Because it's not just bad behavior and it's not just them acting out, it's deeper than that. Here's a statistic that might shock you. 1 in 6 children in the US has a diagnosed developmental disability, and up to 40% of children now suffer from at least one chronic illness. But here's what most doctors are missing. What if your child's behavior challenges, sensory issues, and health problems aren't actually separate problems at all? What if they're signs, clues pointing to one underlying root cause that's finally ready to be addressed? This video is for absolutely exhausted parents whose child struggles with behavior, sensory processing, anxiety, and chronic health challenges, and who's ready to understand the real neurological root cause that so many providers overlook. We're diving deep into how nervous system dysregulation is a hidden thread connected to many childhood challenges. You'll discover why traditional approaches so often fall short and how addressing this core imbalance can transform your child's health, behavior, and ability to thrive naturally. Let me tell you about one of our kiddos in our office. The story might sound heartbreakingly familiar. Before finding neurologically focused chiropractic care, this little one struggled with extreme sensory processing challenges. There was a constant need to seek out negative sensory input, sometimes through self-harm, other times by lashing out towards others. The nervous system was so overwhelmed, it triggered intense meltdowns that felt impossible to manage. But here's what's really going on. The senses weren't communicating properly with the brain. It was like having a broken volume control. Everything turned up way too loud all at once. And it wasn't just one moment or one trigger that caused it. It was the result of buildup of stress over time, what we call the perfect storm. After consistent, specific chiropractic care that helped calm and coordinate the nervous system, the changes were remarkable. The constant sensory seeking, the self-harming and hurting others, gone. This little one now navigates life more calm, more connection, and has far fewer overwhelming triggering meltdowns. So now that you've heard this powerful transformation, let's go deeper into why it worked and how. Number 1, nervous system dysregulation. Tantrums, meltdowns, and behavioral challenges are not a personality flaw. They are the nervous system's brilliant attempt to communicate that something is out of balance. Did you know that 7.1% of children aged 3 to 17 have been diagnosed with anxiety? About 10% with ADHD and another 7.5% with behavior problems. The common thread, nervous system dysregulation. This happens when the autonomic nervous system gets stuck in fight or flight mode instead of shifting smoothly between stress and calm. And when the child's nervous system is dysregulated, it affects everything from sensory processing to digestion, sleep, immune function, and emotional regulation. Number 2 is the perfect storm that creates dysregulation. This kind of imbalance doesn't just appear overnight. It often starts with prenatal stress, when maternal stress hormones like cortisol crosses over the placenta and begin affecting the baby's nervous system. Then there's birth experience interventions like C-sections, forceps, vacuum prolonged labor, or even super fast deliveries. These can all cause a physical stress and misalignment, especially in the upper neck and brainstem. That disrupts the critical brain-body communication, and add in early childhood stressors like inadequate sleep, poor diet, environmental toxins, and emotional stress. For a sensitive nervous system, it becomes a perfect storm. Number 3, why the brain-gut connection matters more than you think. You may have tried dietary changes or probiotics for your child and they still feel stuck. That's likely because they're missing a piece that plays a big role in the nervous system and digestion. The vagus nerve connects the brain to the digestive system. It controls stomach acid, digestive enzymes, and the movement of food. But if the nervous system is stuck in fight or flight, it shuts down digestion. That's why gut-focused treatments often feel like they're pouring into a leaky bucket. Number 4 is how we identify and address the real root cause. At our office, we use advanced insight scanning technology to objectively measure nervous system function. These are non-invasive scans and they include surface EMG, to measure neuromuscular tension, how fast are the nerves communicating with the rest of the body, thermography to assess autonomic stress, and then heart rate variability to gauge regulation and resiliency. With the insight, we deliver gentle, specific adjustments to help restore proper brain and body communication. And that allows your child's nervous system to shift from dysregulation to natural resilience and balance. If this sounds like the deeper answer you've been looking for, you are not alone, and there is hope. So click the link in our bio to learn more about nervous system regulation and how it might be finally the missing piece that you've been looking for your family.